So one of you goes and opens the door, and there is this younger half orc. We're not worried about the actual identity because they're just the messenger, and they are gesturing desperately for the four of you.
I believe that's us.
There.
Let's let us be off. I guess they seem to have something serious to say. And yes, I am going to be saying I casted Gust of Wind to open the door.
Mhm.
So, yes.
Very cool stuff.
I will. Let's go.
Yeah, agreed. Excuse us, magistrate.
All right. So the messenger who cannot speak, like she's going. Help me! Help me! That's not Discord.
Oh.
That's me doing that on purpose. And she rushes you down the road, through the yard, through the front, back to Axeside. And Axeside, we haven't been there in a little bit, but Axeside is doing really well. They're starting to build the wall around there. The tents are starting to get replaced with, nice proper buildings and things. But you get there, and this poor girl, she hasn't been able to speak the entire time she's been dragging you across town. But you get there, and you can see the entire community of Axeside is just swarming with bugs.
Ooh,
Whoa!
had to be bugs.
And you get to kind of the center point of the infestation, and you can see this swarm there in the middle. And I'll get an encounter set up for us so that we can roll for initiative.
If you're come for a law of fishing, can you use society for initiative? No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony, how did your guy break away?
How did what?
He was intimidating somebody else. Intimidating. He was. You were pretending to be someone else. So did you just come along too?
Oh yeah, I imagine
had to
you
use
can...
the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
And then I went, and then he never came out.
No, they only came to you. Oh, I better go see what this is too. Excuse me. All right, so you arrive and you can tell that like they are dealing with this infestation. Like they seem to be like getting most of the bugs, but there's this enormous swarm here in the middle of this street near the center of town. And this seems to be where most of these bugs and things are congregating. And it looks like Helen is at the start of our initiative.
I should never be first. I'll slide right into a trance of secrets and block out all that text. I'd only be at a minor level because I only start off the day. So as I'm trying to figure stuff out, allies within 30 feet who can hear me gain a +1 status bonus to recall knowledge checks. And is that them over there? How far away is that? Where am I? Let's see. Nope. I always mix up those two measurements. I'm so sorry. I keep trying to do bursts when I'm measuring 60 feet. Let's see.
Swarm.
Yeah, swarm.
That's
I
tough.
probably shouldn't swarm versus swarm.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Really?
Fight
Okay.
fire with fire, or swarm with swarm.
I'm gonna fight the swarm with fire. So
I think that's just smart.
Okay, let's burn some good spells. I'm gonna rouse some skeletons.
Tell us about roused skeletons.
Well, the kind of grasping claws come up from the surface, and they're doing slashing damage, and I think it does it make the terrain difficult, or am I mixing this up with other things?
It does become difficult terrain. The area they fill is difficult terrain. So
Okay.
if you would like to get us a, what is it? It's a 10-foot burst?
Yeah.
yeah.
And I could cast that 60 feet.
Oh, that is their, oh no, a burst is a little bit different than a square, but yeah, that basically is the entire swarm.
And I could burst it 60 feet away, so that's fine, yeah.
So yeah, that looks good.
All right, let me get you a reflex save from these critters.
Okay.
They succeed by
Yeah.
+1. Now, we
basic,
did invoke a house rule last time because we are a party full of spellcasters. Y'all are welcome to spend a hero point to make me re-roll if you would like. Because spellcasters do not do a whole lot of rolling in combat.
No, I mean, that's fine. It's a basic, so they'll still get half, and I can sustain this, I believe.
And is this area damage, am I correct?
Gosh, I thought it was. If not, that was.
No, it is. Sorry,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
That was a leading question. All right, so they will take their half. Let me see if it applies the weakness automatically, because that's a new thing lately.
Okay.
No, it did not. Okay, so let me go and apply that manually.
Okay.
Is that the conclusion of your turn then?
That is it.
All right, we come to Dem, our druid.
Gog is going to take a bit of ash out from her material component pouch and cast Ash Cloud, and have there be an ash cloud like here. Or I need to move that so it's on like an actual corner. That looks good. They're in that, right?
More area effects, yes. The swarm was
Okay.
already in the adventure before I knew I was GMing for spellcasters. So let's get that
All right.
fortitude save.
It doesn't happen yet. It happens at the start of their turn.
Oh, my bad. Thank you. Well, I'll re-roll then because that was a success and it's more fun if they fail. How many actions was that for you?
That's 3 actions,
that
and
was
my
3.
turn.
Okay. Sorry, I clicked twice. Jamie, go ahead.
Okay, so as part of rolling initiative, Bomba can use his 2 arms feat, which allows him to make a free stride. So I'll do that quickly and just get a little bit further along. But he's not going to enter the ash clouds. He's just going to kind of wait on the outside. Would we have weapons drawn?
I would think you would
running.
have gotten them out at some point coming over this way, yeah.
Okay, cool. So in that case, then he is going to cast heroism on himself, and mutter a prayer to Gorham. Gorham, please grant me strength to defend this community. He's going to do that, and I think also enact further, if that's one action, which I just need to double check if it is.
It is.
Or not? Yes. So further comes from the Clerics Plus supplement, which is going to grant Bomba some bonus damage. I'm going to expend a use of my my font so that it lasts for a minute. So that's it. So I move up, cast some buffs on myself with a prayer to Gorham.
Very good. If anybody remembers, we last saw heroism being cast on a bunyip not too long ago. All right, so this ash cloud, I do that at the beginning of my turn. Here's you start their turn within the cloud, take fire damage. Okay, so let's get that fortitude save. And that is a failure. Would you like to roll the damage?
Yay.
Yes. And they take. They're also dazzled for one round.
Dazzled for 1 round. Heard. So let me apply that damage, and then I'll go apply the.
Is that an area of effect?
And that was an area effect, so that will tick off some extra damage. All right, you can tell you are like burning away some of these bugs. The swarm is still there, but like the ones at the periphery are definitely not doing great.
And then this area is difficult terrain for any flying creatures.
Oh,
so-
they are flying creatures. All right, let me pull Dazzled on them. I don't think Dazzled is going to do anything because swarms just enter your space. They don't make strikes, but let's click and drag.
That's
it
fair.
close to be
It does
safe.
mean we can hide from them. So
This is true. This is true. So,
if someone wants to try to flat foot,
all right. So they've got a fly speed of 35 feet. So if I go, let's see, and okay, so difficult terrain, it costs an extra 5, which is effectively having their speed. So instead of going 7 squares, they can go 3 squares. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Let's say they get there. And let's say they can let's say they can just barely encase Bomba there. And so these bugs are flying around, nipping, clawing, mandibling at your stitches and stuffing. But they have had to use the full complement of their movement to get there. And are they still in the ash cloud? I think they're just barely out of the ash cloud.
I think they're out of it. Yeah.
They're just barely out. And that leaves him with no actions to do any biting, unfortunately. So we come to Tony.
Okay. So, contrary to popular belief, not all spellcasters, particularly ones that pack a lot of mental spells, are very good against swarms. But I do have calm
you got a torch?
emotions. I don't have a torch, but I think I might try calm emotions to see if I can't get them to not be as hostile.
So does that
'Cause
target a certain number of creatures?
it targets an area, which is why it's so nice.
Yeah,
A
it's
10-foot
swarm
burst.
I thought swarms were
it-
supposed to be fun for GMs.
Hmm.
Are they?
Well, it's in
Oh,
cap,
We're all
right?
GMs.
It is in cap, and it is only a second level spell. So that means
Okay,
If-
yeah. So
if it's a CL 4
4 or higher, yeah.
higher
And
or
you are
higher than 4, yeah. If it's a,
yeah. Well,
if it's
they're
a
creature level
5.
7, so they're well past that. And you are casting it
Yeah,
at
yes.
second level.
Yes,
Okay,
and
okay.
yeah, it is a second level cast, but I'm still gonna try. Bomba would be in the area as well, so Bomba, you also might be calming down.
Well, you look
They're
at that. It
first
automatically. I didn't know it automatically took care of incapacitation effects, but it does.
That's
So
cool.
it's
That's
got failure
cool.
crossed out with success. When I hover over success, it says incapacitation.
Wow.
So thank you, Foundry devs.
Nice job.
All right, what is the success?
Success, calming urges poses a -1 status penalty to the creature's attack rolls. Maybe I should have read the fine print on this before I decided it was good. So that's probably not going to affect the swarm very much.
But hey, at least Bomba is feeling calm too, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
am-
I rolled it blind, so I don't know if I
You got
succeeded
a
or failed.
31.
Oh,
You
okay,
sound good. Also,
Oh
in
yeah,
cap.
and incapacitation.
related.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, you're fine.
so it should be good.
technically, in cap doesn't apply to Bomba because Bomba and I are the same. Oh wait, no, it's 2. Yeah. All right, thank
The
goodness.
spell
right,
Everybody's
level.
fine.
Yeah.
Right. So, for my last action, I command Pain to come in and try to mash the swarm. So let's see. How do I want to stride?
You can just drag them. So I'm gonna note.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to hit them with some spells. So if you could leave this side open, that would be great.
Okay,
you
so
could
maybe
go, like, here
over
or
here.
something.
Yeah, that's fine. This is
I'm
a
gonna try
path
to
of least
push it-
resistance anyway.
Trying to push it back into the fire. So
Okay, and Pain is just gonna try to mash them with like an attack roll, like just gonna punch them real hard.
And that will be a miss.
I kind of figured.
It
Sorry, I
of course
should have
does not
targeted
have
the
to stay
creature.
that way if you don't want, but
No, I'm feeling pretty. I was like, no, wait, he'll still be affected by my spell. Little do I know it won't actually help me very much, but yeah. So I'm good with that. That's my turn.
okay, we're back to the top of the round with Helen.
I'm not supposed to get too close and touch it, right?
No one has recalled knowledge yet. If you want to take advantage of that,
Wow, I put that up. Yeah, I would love to recall some knowledge. I can probably... Okay, I can't use my prophecy check right now. It's a different thing. But I will do a normal recall knowledge check on what the heck these things are and what I know about them. I have no knowledge to recall. I only have my prophecy lore in here. Whatever. Okay. What do I think is a good thing to talk about bugs? You know what?
nature
nature?
would be the default.
I know, like, I'm sorry. I keep thinking it's the other way. I'm so sorry. I'm like, why is nature not there? It's there. It goes like,
Oh, the alphabetization.
yeah,
It always
messes
throws me
up
off
every
yeah,
time.
Yeah.
Me
I want to
too.
go down columns.
yeah, me too.
Oh, I rolled
Oh,
that.
you
Oh,
did
look,
roll
yeah,
your
well.
nature. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, so you recognize that it's insects. They seem to be swarming about. You imagine you notice that the messenger who came to you couldn't speak, and so you're wondering like, how are these things connected to people speaking? That's freaking you out a little bit, and it's sort of like clouding your thoughts in terms of your ability to actually identify these things. But you do notice they all look like berries with legs. It's very weird.
Berries with legs. We still probably shouldn't eat them. Berries with legs. Are they... Do they come from a tree? Do I know what they come from? Look at myself, who's part leshy, you know. Okay, that was very useful stuff. I
Maybe try to close your mouth.
I am gonna sustain my grouse skeletons twice. Can I move
I
little?
think you can only sustain it once per turn, or can you sustain this one multiple times?
I should double check that.
So it's weird. A lot of spells will say the first time you sustain this spell each turn.
Oh,
And sustain a spell does not carry a once per turn frequency, but there's never been something where you explicitly sustain something multiple times.
Let me
They
double
they
check
used to have that,
first.
but they
the
are
first
rounding
time
it out.
sustain it moves.
Oh, yeah?
Ah, darn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, spiritual weapon can do it, and malicious
Well,
shadow can do it. I think
I'm still
as
gonna
well,
move it.
which I have.
I'm still gonna move them 20 feet up. Come on, my little swarmling.
So is this basically Flaming Sphere, but with skeleton hands?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Move. I can only move it once though, so I don't know. Can I set up to aid somebody? Because I really don't want to throw another spell quite yet. That's about 20 feet. Whoa, no, I didn't mean to make it. Did I make it bigger? It's not supposed.
Yeah, you didn't put it in a corner.
Oh,
You're gonna
there
wanna
we go.
put it in a corner.
That's better. Okay. One to recall, one to move that. I can only sustain it once. I really don't think I have my sling out.
I know Bomba has a weapon out if you want to say you're aiding with like a magic something or other.
I'll distract him, Bomba.
Excellent.
I'm done.
All right. Is that the conclusion of your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, Dim.
All right. Gog is going to spin Gathering Wind while stepping to right here, and then is going to cast Gale Blast.
Ooh.
So I need a Fortitude save from it.
Fortitude
All
a
right,
success.
Not a critical success. I was trying to push them
Correct.
in, but
Mhm.
actually I do have enough
they
hero
take
points, so might as well. Just, but it's
Go
gonna
for it.
critically succeed. But you know,
Well, we don't. Well, maybe not. Let's see.
yay!
That's a failure.
Hey!
That's a lot
So,
better.
They
So-
take the damage, and is that area?
Yes, it's an area.
That's
It's an
area.
emanation
Darn.
of
All right,
wind
so-
around me, and then it gets
Take the
pushed
damage.
back 5 feet into the
And push back 5 feet. So say this way.
yeah.
That
So
way
like
from you? Okay,
into
very good.
the ashen skeleton.
Also off of Bomba's square, nicely.
Also, yes, lots of good
Very
things.
nice.
I'm not saying why that's important, but yeah.
That's the end of my turn. As they get blown away. Sorry, yeah, it's the double thing. There needs to be like,
yeah.
yeah.
All right, and it is Bomba's turn.
All right, let's swat some bugs. So he's gonna strike out with his greatsword, just try and drag it through the swarm. One thing I forgot to mention is that at level 6, I took elemental fervor. So my greatsword is a flame. It's not area effect damage, but it's fire if that matters. So let's see what happens here. Oops. No, I'm gonna hero point that. That's a very poor roll.
Mhm.
Try that one more time. All right.
Yeah.
And that is going to be a critical hit.
Yay!
Excellent. Okay, so he drags his blade through, dealing 22 points of slashing damage.
Ouch. And that is with, yeah, that's with the 2 times. Okay, so we'll take that away there.
Yeah.
All right.
Does it have any resistances?
A little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. That was slashing? Oh, yeah. Just a little
Yes.
bit. So I'll
Yeah, I need to roll 2d4 as well. How do I roll on here?
Slash R.
slash roll.
Slash
that too.
2d.
What does that 2d4 get you?
So that's the fervor. So that's 8
Nice.
points of fire damage. Because it deals an additional 1d4 points of damage per weapon dice or die.
So it's like
so
like a free it's a free mini property rune, basically.
Yeah,
Or- yeah,
exactly.
so-
So
Fervor's like a self buff for that, since I'm one of the people that helped write it. So
Yeah,
Fervor's
that's
like
cool
the old
stuff.
war priest from first edition. So Jamie's invested 2 feats now to get it to where it can do fire damage 1d4. So.
Very cool. Very cool.
exactly, and because I used one of my spells from my divine font, it lasts for a minute.
Nice.
So my second action, I'm gonna strike again because why not?
That'll be a hit.
Nice.
Excellent. So another 20 points of slashing damage.
Please describe your kill.
Excellent.
Woo!
Okay, so Bomba's, his sword isn't particularly great, but it is on fire. So he just flails it around with strength rather than finesse, and just sort of waves it like a torch, just batting away bugs left and right. Foul things. Hope they didn't lay any eggs in me.
Very cool. Very cool. Would anybody else like to make a nature check to try to identify one of these? I would also accept society if anybody wants to see where they might have come from.
Society.
Is it a higher DC for the society or the? I have both, so I'll just probably roll.
Yeah, you could roll each, or you could roll both. That's fine too.
I mean, I'll roll society then.
You can roll both.
Because it's my better. I can roll both.
That means we get almost twice the amount of successes.
Yeah, so
I should.
Artemis with the society check, you're able to when Danya says that why do they look like fruit, like they came from a tree? You're able to realize these are sportle boars, and so sportle boars are these little bugs that literally they've evolved to look like small fruits like figs and berries and things, and then they burrow themselves into a food supply, reproduce like crazy, and then they get ingested.
Oh no.
And actually, Bomba, if you had stayed in that space and cast a spell, you have to make a fortitude save or they come pouring down your throat and you can't talk for the rest of the day.
No,
It's bad.
not interested in that. Thank you.
But Artemis,
Danya, please. Is there any still on me? I can
but
feel it.
Artemis, the reason this stands out to you in terms of a society check, you know that Diabel recently had a very bad sportle boar outbreak that affected everybody except businesses that were associated with the Cortos Consortium.
They're literally trying to silence us.
Isn't that convenient?
Also, speaking of convenient, it's at that point that Pralt Vezek comes running up behind you, his sash totally undisturbed by this because it's a very well-made sash. And he says, I got here as soon as I could. Has everything been taken care of all right?
Yes, we just have to wait like 40 more seconds, and then that ash cloud will go away. Don't go in there. Just
Oh
get-
yeah, I'll dismiss the.
Need to
zombie
need to stay nice and presentable. I fear I have bad news. So after the hearing was resolved, it was resolved shortly after you left. Emil, the other lawyer, was quiet for most of the time. He approached me privately and offered us a favorable settlement if Axeside will support Feligoldwyn in the upcoming town council election. Anybody here remember Feligoldwyn from last time?
That was the one that was arguing with the councilman we're supporting, right?
Yes, so he was the one.
Go on.
He's the one arguing. What anybody remember what they were arguing over or who he represented?
Abjuration Associates, I believe,
Abjuration.
right?
So he is the insurance representative from Abjuration Associates Incorporated. Now he's apparently running for town council. He is known to prefer orc integration within Marivon rather than the establishment of Axeside as a separate district. And apparently now he's being supported, strong-armed into place by the Cortos Consortium.
very against this settlement.
Absolutely.
This is extortion.
Agreed.
No.
Problem, we can't agree to this.
No.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. It doesn't make sense. Turtle did nothing for all this time and then sent one of their reasonable supervisors with a Kortos Consortium lackey whose real goal is to support a Maravani council candidate? Saying no to Emil won't be enough. We need to find out what they're after.
Yes, I agree.
I usually prefer to keep things above board, but we need information about why they're here. Turtle's paperwork shows that he's holed up in the Kortos Consortium headquarters.
Well, Artie, you've literally had one foot in the door. I think this is certainly a job for you.
I think I have a way that I can get us all in.
And I know you can all get in because you are strong together.
Yeah!
Yeah.
And with that, we'll call it a day.
Awesome.
Woo.
Love it.
Jeez.